Dear student, welcome to another video tutorial of programming concept using C. And this is our third lecture. And the topic of this lecture is Introduction to C programming. Okay. Myself Niladji Shekhar Pal. I am working as an assistant professor at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. So let's start. What are the objectives of this course or this tutorial? After this tutorial, you will able to learn the history of C programming and what are the features of C programming and how to install the C programming language in Windows operating system. Okay. Many of you will be doing C program on Linux or Unix, but today we will install it in Windows operating system. So let's start the history of C programming. As you know, the C programming language is a structured oriented programming language. Okay, and this is developed at Bell's Laboratories, which is situated in USA. Okay, and in the year of 1972, Dennis Ritchie has created or developed this C programming language. Okay, so Dennis Ritchie has developed C programming language in the year of 1972. Okay, at Bell Laboratories, which is situated in USA. And C programming language is a structure-oriented programming language. Basically, C programming language features were derived from an earlier language, okay, which is called B or basic combined programming language, or in short, we can say it as BCPL. Okay, so C language came from another language is called B. Okay, or Basic Combined Programming Language, or in short BCPL. So C language has been came from B language. Okay, basically C language was invented. Okay, for implementing Unix operating system. Okay, so basically during the implementation of Unix operating system, the developers need a computer language. Okay, so at that time, Dennis Ritchie developed that C language. In 1978, Dennis Ritchie and Brian Kerinhan published the first edition of the C programming language, and which is commonly known as K and RC. Okay, so in the 19 after 6 years, okay, Dennis Ritchie and Brian Kiran jointly published the first edition of the C programming language, and which is commonly known as K and RC. Okay. In 1983, after 5 years, the American National Standards or ANSI established a committee to provide a modern comprehensive definition of C. The resulting definition, the ANSI standard or the ANSI-C, was completed late 1980s. Okay, so the NCC has started to establish it in the year of 1983 and it has completed its development at the year of 1988. Okay, so it took 5 years for the development of NCC. Next come the features of C language. As you know, C is the most important programming language. Okay, so if you want to go to the software industry, it is the basic knowledge you require. Okay, but if you can acquire this knowledge of C programming, you can easily can learn other languages. Okay, like Java or Python or other language. If you have knowledge of the C programming language, those languages are just took in very short time to understand by you. Okay, so let's see what are the features of C language. Okay, so the first one is high level language. Okay, C is a high level language. Why high level? That we'll discuss later. Next it is structured programming language. Okay, next one is rich library. As you know that it has the rich library or rich content. Okay, next is extensible. It can be extensible. Next is recursion. Recursion is a process by which we can do a particular work repeatedly. Okay, that can be done using C. Next is the pointer. Pointer is basically the one type of address string. Okay, So storing address is possible in C, okay. But in case of Java, this pointer is not applicable. So Java does not support pointers. But in case of C, it has been can be used, okay. And faster. Basically, C programming language is faster, okay. And the next one is memory management. So as you can see that C language can memory management can be done. Okay. So what are the features of C programming language? Number one is high level language. Second one is structured language. Third one is rich library. Fourth one is extensible. Fifth one is recursion. Sixth one is pointer. Seventh one is faster. And eighth one is memory management. So let's discuss each one. So first one is high level language. So why a C program is called a high level language? Any programming language is considered as high level programming language if it is written in English or use a readable language. Okay. So as you can see that we will write a C program after this before at the end of this tutorial. Okay. You can see that we will completely use the with English language. Okay, we will not use any C language or any other language. You can thinking that we will use some different language which is called C, but nothing that we will use completely English language with some rules regulation. Okay, to implement the C language. So we will write it in C language, English language, or any readable language. We can use Bengali. Okay, there are many compilers by which we can write C language in Bengali or in Chinese. Okay. So it is can be written in English language. That is why it is called a high level language. We write C programs in English or any readable language which is user friendly. Okay. So the main objective is user friendly. The language users mainly know. You can write at that language. Okay. The C program we can write at any language which will be the user friendly. Next one is structured language. Why C program is called a structured programming language? Basically, C language is considered to be a structured programming language as it improves the clarity, okay, and quality, and it reduces the development time for designing and programming software followed by this. Okay, so using C language, we can clearly or very efficiently reduces the development time as it is well structured. Okay, so C program is well structured. Okay, there is a fixed structure. Suppose at first there will be preprocessor directive. After that, the main function will start. Okay, and after that, the main function will be end. Okay, so you can I will do write the C program. You can see that you will be able to see that it's a good structured C program or structured language. Okay, so that is why we can clearly it improves the clarity and quality and it reduces the development time also. Okay. Next one is Leech library. Okay, the C programming language has a very powerful content or powerful library, or you can say that it has a rich library. So it has its own library which includes most of the arithmetic and logical operations. Okay. So what are the operations are possible? Okay. All are included within this C programming language. Okay. And everything are predefined. Everything is predefined. That means all of the functions, okay, or the that we needed, okay, that are already predefined. We have to just use that. And we just have to include that libraries which we need and we can execute the functionality of those libraries without having to code them separately. Okay, suppose in a library we have a print option. Okay, it's a print function, so we need not require what are the codes required for that print function. Okay, we will just use that print function, okay, to print something. So it has a very rich library. Okay, Next is extensible. The programs which are written in C language are extensible. Okay, so C programs can be extensible. Next one is recursion. Recursion means to do a particular job repeatedly. Okay, so recursion is a feature offered by C programming language. Okay, where we don't have to write the functions for multiple times. Okay, instead, wherever we need the function, we just have to call it. Okay, so in case of recursion, we will not do a particular work repeatedly. Suppose we will uh, write a line 50 times. Okay, so we'll not use printf function. Suppose printf function is used to print something. Okay, suppose I'm just using print here. Okay, suppose there is a function called printf. Okay, suppose you just see that this is just a function. So this function is used to print something. Suppose we want to print this a, okay, 50 times. Okay, basically we will use double quotation. This is the syntax basically. We will watch it learn later. Okay. So suppose this is the, if we write print within bracket a within double quotation, then a will be print. Okay. Suppose we want to print it 50 times. Okay. So what we will do? We will have to write print a 50 times for that. But this is this problem. So we have to write this print a 50 times. Okay. So to overcome this problem, there is a recursion. Okay. So in recursion, we can execute this line 50 now. We execute it 1,000 times. Okay. But in a minimum time. Okay. So recursion is a feature offered by the C programming language where we do not have to write the functions for multiple times. So we do not require to write print a multiple times. Okay. So instead, wherever we need the function, we just have to call it. Okay. So whenever we will be required that, we will just call it. So this feature basically reduces the times involved in the development cycle and also improves the code functionality. Basically, if we have to write this print a function 50 times, it will take time. Okay. But if we use it using recursion, it will do within few seconds. Okay. I'm just erasing it. So the next one is pointer. So what is pointer? It is a very important feature of C language. Okay, pointer is nothing but it is required to use to store the address. Okay, so pointer basically deals with the address. Okay, or the memory. So it is an important feature of C language. Using the pointer, we can directly interact with the physical memory of the computer system. Okay, the pointer is, as we know, that pointer is basically stores the address. Okay, so using the pointer means we using the physical memory. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, by using this pointer we can access the computer and physical memory. Next one is faster. Okay, so as we have told that the C programming language is very fast. Okay, so using C programming language, the user can execute programs faster than its predecessors. Okay. The next one is memory management. Okay. So in case of memory management, the C programming language offers many functions. Okay, where we can dynamically and directly interact the memory. Okay, so using this C programming language, or we can say that within this C programming language, there are many functions. Okay, where we can do dynamically and directly interact with the memory computer system, and we can directly interact with the computer memory. Many functions such as malloc, calloc or dealloc and free, these are the functions. Okay, These functions are required to for dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so which is required in programming, C programming language. So malloc and calloc are used for dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation is nothing but suppose we want to store 5 data. Okay, so we have to initialize it. Okay, before the compilation of the before compilation. Okay, so in dynamic memory allocation, what will happen? Suppose in case of static memory allocation, there is a problem. Suppose there are at the end during compilation or during runtime, we can see that we have 6 numbers. Okay, so that is greater than the previous one. So what we will do? We will again compile it. Okay, so we will again compile it and we will take dynamic memory allocation, which is required for basically in case of dynamic memory allocation, memory is allocated after during the runtime or after compilation. Okay. Now we will install the C compiler. Okay. Basically, C compiler will be used to execute the C programs. Okay. So let's start how to install C. Okay, we will first download it from Google. Okay, and after that we will install it, and then we will check how to execute C programs. Okay, so at first we have opened the Google Chrome. Okay, so now we'll write in the Google search engine download C compiler. Okay, and we will use it. We will use this one. Okay, the C++. Okay, this is the download option, and you can see that it is downloading right now. Okay, so here you can see that it is downloading. It is in a zip file. Okay, so it will take few seconds. The size of the file is only 7 MB. Okay, so the download has been completed. We will go to the download section. So in the folder option, and we will extract it here. Okay, this is a rare file. We have to extract it. Okay, so extract here. It is now extracting. Now we'll go to next. We will go to the setup. Okay, so it is now installing. And next option, I accept the terms in the license agreement. Next, after that install. Okay, as you can see that it is installing. It will take few time. Okay, and this compiler is completely free. Okay, there are lots of compilers are available in the market, and maximum are free of cost. Okay, you can easily Google it, and down you can get all the links for download, and after downloading you can install it and execute your program. So students, as you can see that it is already been installed here. Okay, so will it open it? Type C++. This is a C compiler where we will execute a C program. Okay. I am opening it. You will get it this type of screen if you open it. Okay, we will go to the file option, then new, next source file. Okay, so this is the editor. We have to write the C code here. Okay, I am just writing a demo code here. Okay, we will later we will illustrate all these codes. I'm just writing a code to watch you how to execute. Okay, what are the functions of this compiler? You don't have any idea about this what I am writing, don't worry, you just watch it. Okay, how to write, just okay. So I have written a C program. Okay, you need not require how what is the language, whether it is in English or other thing. Okay, you just need not required to worry about it. I am just, you just imagine that this is a C program. You just believe on me that this is a right code. Okay, so what we'll do, we have to save as option. Okay, we have to first select the path. The desktop path is selected. Next we have to give a program name. Suppose the program name is print. Okay, as this is a C compiler or a C program, we have to give .c extension. Okay, so print .c. Then we click the save option. So the program is now saved. Okay, so we will go to the save as option. Then we'll save it. Okay, after save, we have to compile it. Okay, we will basically compile a C program for different reason to check whether there is an error or not. Okay, so if compilation is successful, if as you can see that there are zero errors. Okay, so there is no error. Okay, so the program is correct, compilation is successful. Okay, so after that we will run the program. So we have run this. The black screen is the output screen. Okay, and this is the output, my first code. Okay, so this is the black screen is the output screen, and this screen is the editor screen. Okay, so I'm just closing it. If you have any, suppose you will want to edit it. Okay, I'm just editing it as like this. Okay, so after that will say, please just save it. Okay, and after that execute it. Okay, if you can also go for this option, compile and run, it will first compile and run. Okay, or you can do it in different way, first compile then run, or you just make it in the one click. Okay, so this is the working principle of C compiler, how we will write a program. Suppose you want to write another program, go new again. Okay, we will write another program. This is the previous program. You will get all the tabs. Suppose you want to close it. Okay, okay, just close it. Okay, this is the new one. Okay, so this is how you can write a C code in C compiler. You can you can execute it. Okay. So students, this is all about how to write a C program or how to use your C compiler. Okay, and in this lecture we will have discussed all the details of history of C and other things. In the next tutorial we will do the main components of C language. Okay, and the main part of the C language. So students, if you have liked my videos, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can comment there, or you can subscribe my channel to get all the details. Okay, or you can visit my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/digitalclassroom and like my page to get all the video notifications. So students, thank you for now. See you on the next tutorial.